criminal was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison. You know, that's the guy that made the video saying that it was a real well-produced video, saying that he could have got away with it, but he couldn't live with himself. And I mean, it was just a well-produced video. He wanted sympathy. He thought the judge was going to take leniency on him. He looked like a different person in court. He looked like he made a mistake. He's probably sitting back in court saying, 6.5 years in prison, no chance for parole. Look, he's probably saying this, oh, damn, I wish I would have never said nothing now. So you're getting 6.5 years in prison, Matthew Cordell. I hope it was worth it to make that little video. And I see prosecutors saying, well, I'm glad he confessed. It's not gonna fuck you. Have your police do better fucking police work, DNA tests, whatever, on the vehicle. Cameras, whatever. Don't fucking look at this kid as a fucking hero. If he was truly compassionate for what he fucking did in Sarge, he wouldn't have made no fucking video. He wouldn't want the police to say, look, I killed a man. I made a mistake. He wouldn't even want on the fucking TV. Motherfucker wanted attention. And guess what? You got attention. Now you get 6.5 years to fucking join. So, Matthew Cordell's going to prison for 6.5 years. I know people are probably saying, well, you know, he's not really a criminal. No, he is a criminal. Drinking and driving is a crime that needs to be punished to the maximum. Now, look, I don't want to talk because I got 2 DUIs in my life. I ain't killed nobody, thank God. But I had 2 DUIs. Last one was like 94. But I probably should have been picked up over 1,000 times because every time I got drunk, I didn't remember coming home. So thank God, God was driving my fucking car. I ain't no one to talk on drinking and driving. Even after my DUI, the only reason I quit drinking is I got 3-day hangovers. If I didn't get 3-day hangovers, I'd probably still be drinking. I ain't gonna lie, but I didn't like it. But I'm glad I quit drinking. 3-day hangovers to console my body. But yeah, I didn't quit drinking and driving. I was good at drinking and driving, obviously. I only had 2 car wrecks out of probably about 5,000 times out. But I'm not going to sit there and say I take the high mighty road and say, you know, I never did it. I did it plenty of times. But I never killed nobody. Moving on to the next news story. I forget her name. Colleen Ritzer, 24-year-old teacher out of Boston, Massachusetts, found stabbed to death. Student being charged, 14-year-old student being charged. You know, it's about, and they're going to do some reviews on seeing whether this kid could be tried as an adult. No, fuck that. Try him as an adult. From all accounts, I was reading this lady's Twitter. She was a teacher that engaged with the children. She liked the job. She was full of life. And we have some fucking young punk that stabbed her to death. We don't know the reasons why. No one does yet. But you know what? I don't give a fuck how young he is. If he's 8, 9, charge him as an adult. He should not be allowed to enter society ever again. I don't want to hear, well, he's just a kid, 10 years. No, fuck that. Enter society, never again. You're in prison for life. If this kid at 14 years old goes off and does this, imagine what he'll do when he becomes a fully grown adult. So there's no free passes. Like I said, it's a tragedy. A teacher goes to school, and from all accounts, she was one of the best teachers that school's ever seen, and she is dead murdered by some scumbag kid who God knows what for reason. And like I said, I have no compassion for fucking murderers. No, absolutely none. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, he's a young kid. I don't give a fuck. He had enough wherewithal to stab this woman, a teacher at the school, countless times and leave her in a fucking field somewhere. The police have him on surveillance tape dragging the body into a field. So charge him as an adult, lock him up for life, and just throw away the key and don't even talk about him no more. In the society we live in right now, it's just too easy. The criminals have too many rights. Let's call a spade a spade. Criminals have too many rights. Rapists go to jail for fucking 5 years. Pedophiles go to jail for 5 years. And they come out with this little fucking thing that says they're a child or sex crime. No one gives a fuck about it. Pedophiles cannot be rehabilitated. Put them in jail. Make a camp for pedophiles and just throw them away. And then set the camp on fire like 10 years, every 10 years. I mean, pedophiles can't be reformed. Eye for an eye in this country. But since you won't do that because America's too nice of a country, you need to lock these motherfucking scumbags up for life. That's all you need to do is put them away for life. Because I tell you what, it's just not good. It's not good. It's only going to get, as Dalton said, it's only going to get worse before it gets better. You know who Dalton is, don't you? From whatever that movie was. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. So, you know, these people just need to accept the facts, and I'm always right about this. I know the criminology. I know what's in a criminal's mind. And it's just never going to get better. Scumbags are always going to commit crimes as long as they ain't in prison. And if you put them in prison for life, then they can't commit crimes. If they do commit crimes, it's against another scumbag. Possibly, potentially could kill another scumbag and save the taxpayers money. I mean, just put them away and let them kill each other. That's the best way to do it. Because scumbags deserve death. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I mean, a fucking kid killed 24-year-old fucking teacher doing her job and kills her. I mean, it don't make any sense. And then that coupled with the fact that a 45-year-old math teacher from I forget where was shot by another student a couple days prior to that. So, at what point do we just say, fuck these people, put them in prison for life? I mean, you get 10 years. I think Matthew Cordell. All right, now take this case for example. Now, granted, I know you can go with the intent to kill that person, but 6.5 years for making a poor choice, is that long enough? Come on, man. In the society I live in, if I was a judge, I'd give him 20 years. Let him think about it a little bit longer. Because he'll get out in 6.5 years, still be in the prime of his life. 20 years, he'll be 40s or something like that. His life will virtually be over. So is it really justice? A man being killed by a drunken idiot and only get 6.5 years? Which, by the way, that drunken idiot made this tape or video, and he went on to say that he talked to his attorneys and said he could have got away with this. Well, guess what? You didn't. Your dumbass decided to make a video, trying to get sympathy like it was going to do you any good, and guess what? You got sentenced to 6.5 years. You're 2/3 away from being a retard now. Do you understand that? You fucked up, you should have kept your mouth shut, but you didn't, and now you got to suffer the consequences. And from the looks of the kid, he ain't going to have an easy time in prison. State prison is a lot different than federal prison, so he's going to have a rough time in it. He might even come out even a criminal. Who gives a fuck? It's not our job as society to rehabilitate prisoners. When are we going to get that through our head? It's the prisoner's job as an individual to rehabilitate themselves so they don't put themselves in these predicaments anymore once they get released from the penal institution. But our country's too dumb to realize that. And when they get released, they come out and do the same fucking thing. How much you want to bet when Matthew Cordell gets released, he'll be picked up for DUI again, guaranteed. It's gonna fucking happen. Like I said, I ain't really gonna sit there and say, I drank and drive, and the only reason I quit drinking was because 3-day hangovers. But I thank God I ain't killed nobody. I thank God I remember getting in a car wreck one time, waking up in the hospital, and I said, what happened? The lady says, you in a bad car wreck. I go, I kill anybody? She's like, no. I was like, thank God. Now, I'm telling you right now, I don't want to kill no one being drunk. Hell no. That's no excuse. It's no excuse. You got drunk. I'm not saying you made the choice to go out there and kill somebody, but you put yourself in a stupid state of mind that clouded your judgment. So guess what? You got to accept the punishment given to you. I guarantee you right now, if you ask Matthew Cordell if he can go back to that video, he would never have made it. And he'd be sitting out free right now. Matthew Cordell, you did the right thing, and guess where you're at? In prison, where you belong. And that's the video for today. You know, like I said, I'm kind of getting away from gameplays until Black or Call of Duty Ghost, I think it is, comes out the next month, whatever it is. A couple days, whatever, I don't know, November 13th, whatever it comes out, I'll start playing, I'll start uploading gameplays again, but for now, vlogs and whatever gameplays I can amass, because you know what, I'm a vlogger. I'm not a fucking gamer, I'm a vlogger. That's what I am. Entertainer, vlogger, you name it, I'm it.